I think vulnerability is really the only way to get that content out in a story. And like going back to like what you said about camera shy, and it's like, we use that term all the time, and it's like it is a true thing, but it's like it's really not. It is, but it's more just that wall of being vulnerable, and sometimes just being able to speak with like a producer or somebody that's like from a company that's asking you questions can sort of help somebody open up. And other times it's really just the internal of that person that they're already sort of balanced where it's a non-issue.
Grammar shy, right? So a lot of times people are, when I'm getting ready to present, I have to take those deep breaths and I have to remind myself like, all right, it's just a conversation. And at the end of the day, like the imperfection or these ideas of imperfections really turn out to be these perfect creations. And that's the thing about creativity. Like creativity just happens if we allow it to happen versus us trying to like engineer creativity really. And it really has to be in the ebb and the flow in order to be something that's of creation or a masterpiece or what have you.
How have you decided like which stories to tell?
For the International Women's Day, that one in particular, the idea first started with like we wanted to do something similar to another company saying like work like a woman. I forgot, but it was something just based on one woman. And then, the collaborative format, right? And again, the stories behind these women. Now, we interviewed a lot. I think we interviewed like 20 plus women in a matter of a week and a half. And it was like my calendar was full from like 9 to like 2 in the afternoon. But again, the likability, the relative, like people being able to relate to that particular person, and then making sure that those stories kind of fit. Like once we decided who it was, we recorded them. So they weren't, we interviewed everyone separately. And then the post-production is where that agency was really able to craft that story. But we already knew in that particular instance that these stories were strong, right? So in the interview process, you already know these stories are strong.